Islamic Sharia law is operating openly and legally, parallel to and as a substitute for British law in the UK. A Sharia law job was flagged up recently after being posted on the government's Work and Pensions website, which hosts job applications. Sharia law administrator, address is Didsbury in Manchester, and the company is the local community centre. If you feel inclined, you can look at the various requirements I took screenshots of. However, you won't be able to read any of this live on the website because it has now been removed, no doubt because of the viral attention it received. The job still exists, it's just no longer listed there. There is still a job waiting to be filled, assuming it hasn't been filled already, for a Sharia law administrator in Didsbury, in Manchester, in the UK. We don't have the exact location for this job other than Manchester Community Centre, somewhere in Didsbury, but I think it must be linked to, if not physically located within, Manchester's Sharia Law Council. Yes, that is Manchester's Sharia Law Council. The Sharia Law Council located in a district in Tehran, Baghdad, Islamabad, no, Manchester. This is the Manchester Sharia Council, name translated into Arabic for all the Mancunians who speak no English. Some info. Welcome to Manchester Sharia Council, led by scholars and experts dedicated to providing guidance on matrimonial matters under Sharia law. Guidance, well, that's okay, it just advises. No, the council does not limit itself to guidance. Services. You can currently apply for a talaq certificate, a khula certificate, or dissolution of nikah, divorce, using the link below. And you can see the price list of those various offerings listed at the bottom, all quite cheap, really. The Manchester Sharia Law Council is a provider of Islamic divorces. You might have thought that anybody who wants to get a divorce in the UK has to avail themselves of UK law. Not the case. Islamic law now runs parallel to and as a substitute for UK law in the UK. The website tells you this. That is the operation of Islamic law in the UK. Here's a little look at the specifics involved. And as a preemptor, in case you feel a tad sullied, or for that matter offended, by necessary acquaintance with Arabic here, which has to be one of the most wretched languages in the world. It sounds like they're passing kidney stones the entire time they're speaking. It is worth it. Terminology. Talaq. This form of divorce is the sole right of the husband, whereby he pronounces the word divorce, talaq, or any other similar word in any language to establish a divorce. No one may deprive him of this right, given that he has been awarded such a right by God. This right belongs only to the husband, and moreover he does not need the consent or approval of anyone, including his wife. Therefore, a woman divorcing her husband is Islamically incorrect and is invalid, as a female has no such resort to such a right, although she may request the conclusion of the marriage through other means. This Islamic divorce simply has to be stated briefly by the husband to take effect. Not in Baghdad, not in Islamabad, in the UK. Khula. It is a divorce issued by the husband in exchange of money. It happens when the wife requests her husband to divorce her, but he refuses unless she returns her dowry. Again, it is the right of the husband and is conditional on his approval. If she wants a divorce, he has to agree, and she has to pay him. In Abu Dhabi, in Damascus, no, in Manchester, in the UK. Their contact page doesn't list an address. I don't know why it is that they're so secretive. But the About Us page does give a company number, and that takes us to this page here, Islamic and Family Services, located in the Ivy Mill Business Centre in Failsworth. That is here on Mitre Street, not an encouraging start, and that's the parking area of the business centre. If we go to the location on Google Maps, that's Mitre Street again, running down the middle, that's the postcode location, and right next door are the immigration solicitors. The Manchester Sharia Council is located within spitting distance of the immigration solicitors. And the accounts of the council are out of date, and they were last up to date 2 years ago. Anyway, shitty divorces in a shitty location next to shitty solicitors with shitty accounts is to make the very much secondary point that all this is shitty. The main point is that Islamic law is provenly running parallel to and as a substitute for UK law in the UK. These are the various Islamic divorce services a Muslim can pay to have legally granted by the Manchester Sharia Council, parallel with and as a substitute for UK law in the UK. Have I already said that? Islam makes up currently about 8% of the population. By the end of the century, when that percentage rises to around 20% and we have long ceased to be a majority, what do you think Islamic Sharia law in the UK will look like? Will it still be hiding away in a business centre in Failsworth in Manchester with no account details listed?